Hi everyone, this is Usha Pandit, your Mind Springs English teacher. If you are coming on my channel for the first time, make sure you subscribe. Please put your comments in the box, share the video and enjoy it. So today I am going to do prepositions. A lot of people have been asking me for prepositions. Prepositions is probably one of the most difficult parts of speech as far as English is concerned. First of all, it's little, very small, tiny little words, like look at those words: to, in, on, at, of, for, with, beside, over, under. They're very tiny little words, but they create a lot of complications, and there is a massive complexity about prepositions. I am just going to show you today how complex prepositions are. A lot of prepositions need to be picked up by picking up the language. How do you pick up the language? You hear a lot of the language. You read aloud from a newspaper. You watch a lot of films. You pay attention to how people speak and how they use prepositions. That's how you will pick up the language. You cannot learn all these prepositions. They are impossible to learn. Okay, this is one of those things to remember, that learning the language and trying to pick it up must be a constant endeavor, a constant practice that you have all your life. So don't give it up. That's one. Now, the complications of prepositions is something that you need to know, because in most schools they just ask you to fill in the blanks with prepositions. Think of your preposition lesson. What did you do in prepositions? You were told to fill in the blanks, and some of you got it right and some of you got it wrong. And if you speak English well, you will get all of it correct simply because you just know what to put there. And if you don't know what to put there, then it's very difficult to teach. You can teach. There are a lot of people who try to tell you that, if it's specific, use in, on, if it's large, put something else. But that sort of teaching is not possible when you are sitting to write or when you are speaking spontaneously. It is very hard to put this into practice, where I am going to take a bunch of 50 prepositions and decide whether it's specific or whether it's general. It's impossible. So you must pick up the language by paying attention to it. But let's look at the complexity. Let's see what we missed in school. And if you are in school and if you are a school teacher, make sure that you include this in your syllabus. So prepositions are very small words, but they are very powerful words. Why do I say they are powerful? If I say my house is near a mountain, then there is a position. The house and the mountain and then there is a house next to it. If I say it's on the mountain, the house will go on top. If I say it's behind the mountain, you won't be able to see the house at all. If I say it's far away from the mountain, the house will look very small and far away, won't it? So that small word will keep changing the position between the mountain and the house, making it look either big or small and not be seen at all. That's the power of the preposition. Now, preposition therefore shows us the relationships between two nouns. Please remember, between two nouns. Always between two nouns, or between the noun families. What is a noun family? The noun family is either two nouns, or it can be a noun and a pronoun, or it can be two pronouns, or it can be a noun phrase or a noun clause, or it can be a gerund. Remember, gerund is a noun. So it can be a gerund. All of these, it will show you the relationship between two of these, any two of these, which means the preposition is always followed by a noun, always followed either by a noun or one of these family members. The gerund, the noun clause, the noun phrase, something will be there after it, which denotes a noun. This is the identity of a preposition. You must never forget it, because a lot of the other parts of grammar become easy if you remember that the preposition is the ruler of a noun, or that the noun always follows a preposition. So, this is something to remember. Now, what relationships does it show? Does it just show the relationship of position? Like say between my house and the mountain was about position, wasn't it? Was about the placement, where each one is placed. That is what it showed. But it will also show you the relationship in terms of time. So, if I say from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock, it is telling me the time, it is showing me time, isn't it? Or if I say at 4 o'clock, it is showing me a specific time. If I say at the bus stop, it is showing me a specific place. Or it can show me a duration. From 3 to 5 is a duration, it is a length of time. So, it can do this. Or it can show me direction from the kitchen to the hall, from Matunga to Churchgate. It can show me a certain direction in terms of the way in which say a train or a cat or a man or a ball or whatever is travelling. So, this is your basic understanding of a preposition. Now, let us look at other things that it does. Now, because there is this time, position, direction, etc., it overlaps with the adverb. Adverb also does that. Adverb of place, adverb of time, adverb of manner, things like that. But time and place is definitely a part of the adverb. So, very often the words of the adverb and the words of the preposition are the same. So, people are confused. And which rule comes to your rescue? This golden rule. The golden rule that the preposition is always followed by a noun. That will help us. So, if you are in doubt, is it an adverb or is it a preposition? Because the word is away, or the word is up, or the word is down, and it can be an adverb, it can be a preposition. Always look for the noun. Ask, is there a noun after it? If there is no noun after it, it is an adverb. If there is a noun after it, it is a preposition. And I have got an example there for you. She went down, full stop. She went down. Where did Maya go? She went down. Her mum saying she went down. Maybe to play, maybe to whatever, but she went down. So, therefore, she went down full stop is an adverb. It tells me where, went where, down. But here she went down the stairs. Now I have got a noun after it. She went down the stairs. Down what? Down the stairs. So, therefore, there that down shows you the direction in which she travelled, and therefore, it is a preposition. It has got a noun after it. This is what you need to remember. I am giving you very simple examples so that you are not confused. You also need to look at this video several times. You need to make notes. You need to practice with a lot of grammar books, or you need to just make up sentences in your head. You need to ask questions, then you will learn. If you simply see this video once and say, oh, I have understood, it's wonderful, I have got it, you won't get it like that. You have to practice grammar, and it has to become permanent. So, therefore, we have realized that adverb problem we have solved. It helps to make infinitives. Now, if you look at the infinitive, what do you have? To eat, to sleep, to jump, to dance. This is 2 plus V1, or 2 plus the base verb. The 2 there is a preposition, but it just makes the infinitive. It's got nothing else to do. It is just helping to structure the infinitive. That's all. This will not do any job of a preposition here. It is just helping you to make this infinitive by giving, by almost lending, take Baba, take my 2, so that you can make yourself pretty and you can become an infinitive. This is what it is doing, nothing else. So, that is your infinitive. It makes phrasal verbs. It also helps in another thing. It helps to make phrasal verbs. What are phrasal verbs? Phrasal verbs are if when you have a verb and then you have a preposition attached to it. So, if I use the word run, I can say, I ran into my friend. I ran up a bill. I ran down, the boy ran down his wife. Kind of very, to run somebody down is to insult them. Or I can say ran off, the thief ran off with the jewelry. So now you will find that it helps to make phrasal verbs, but please remember the phrasal verb is a verb, it is not a preposition. So don't look at the phrasal verb, although it helps to structure it. As I said, it helps to make these parts of speech, the phrasal verb, the infinitive, but it does not do anything else. The phrasal verb remains a verb and the preposition remains a relationship word. So this is something to remember. So hold off, take off, jump in, hold out, all of these are there. Just make sure that you see a noun after it. If there is no noun after it, it is adverbial. See how simple it is. There you go. Phrasal verbs. These are verbs like, for example, you can say he passed away. So if I say he passed away, then that's it, you stop there, right? But otherwise you will need to have a bill or something like that after it. A preposition needs a noun object. If you are going to call passed away, away is an adverb therefore. But if I have an like after this ran up a bill, then I would say that up is a preposition because it's got a bill after it. So that noun after the preposition is sacred. You must never forget it. It will help you with gerunds and participles, it will help you with phrasal, it will help you with everything. That is one it's a golden rule in English. Okay. So that's one. Then you have these prepositional verbs. That is where the complication comes. Certain verbs take certain prepositions. Now I will show you an example. It comes after certain words. So these prepositional verbs always come after the verb and they go like this. Want, wait for. I am waiting for my friend. He laughed at my jokes. I believe in democracy. See, everywhere you will find a noun after it. You will find the plus noun. I suffer from TB or a disease. All you will get a noun after it. But what is fascinating is this for, at, in, from. What is the logic, you will ask? Miss, how do you know what to put? It's fixed. Nobody can change it. I have to say I suffer from a disease, or I suffer from asthma, or I suffer from breathlessness. I cannot say I suffer in breathlessness. I cannot say I suffer of breathlessness. Simply cannot do it. You cannot change that verb from. Like now, like this, there are hundreds of verbs. How will you sit and learn all of them? So you cannot study any of it. You have to just know it. How do you know it? By exposing yourself to the language, listening to it, reading plenty and listening to people talking mindfully. Okay. So that's your prepositional verbs. They're very simple but very difficult and complicated. Now prepositions can be in a very simple form. It will be just one word like in, on, for, with, etc. Or it can be double where the two are brought together. So you get upon, within, with and in, on and to, onto, into. All of these are double prepositions. Then you have multi-word, more than one word. In order to, on top of, owing to, so 2 or 3 or 4 words sticking together, and that whole unit is a preposition. So you don't call these 3 prepositions, you call it one preposition because it always comes together. Then you have what is called the adverbial compound. So these are compound words instead of, across from, according to. You can't break it up. And all of them have adverbial functions. They are all adverbs. Okay, so remember this. So these are some of the complexities of the preposition. On top of that, you've got something called the collocation. Collocation. Location means where it is located. Collocation, co means sitting together. So, two things sitting together is a collocation. Collocation is not idiomatic, like run up a bill, it is not idiomatic, it is not phrasal. It's simply random fixed expressions that are there in English. Now, if you say how did it happen? Nobody knows, nobody has the answer, but the fact remains we just have to know it like that. And what are some of those words? Some of those words are words like this. Under the table. They gave him money under the table. What is this? It's not an idiom, it's not a phrasal verb. Under the table is just an expression. Similarly, you might have under the circumstances. Under the circumstance, it just goes together. You can't do anything about it, you can't change it, and you cannot ask for logic. So, under the table, on board, he came on board the company. Okay? Under no circumstance are you going to change this document, under no circumstance. Just look at this, under no circumstance. It just doesn't go together. It doesn't go together grammatically, but it's a fixed expression. It is used across the world in extremely good academic writing. So, one cannot say no, why it doesn't sound good. No way. Collocations are here to stay and they are good English. Over the top. It's a bit over the top. What does over the top mean? So, there are no explanations for collocations and there are several of them. How are you going to learn this? By hearing. Fortunately, if you hear and you know the language, you just know all of this. You will just know it, you will use it, you will write it and you will be good. One more thing, let us look at various expressions. Now, when you say he is in trouble, he is in trouble, what is it? Is it a phrasal verb? No. Is it a prepositional verb? No. It seems more like a collocation. He is in trouble. Why not on trouble? Why not at trouble? Why not to trouble? Nobody knows. He is in trouble. But this in, preposition in trouble, you can take that in and put it on many words and have completely different meanings. So, you can have in trouble, in love, which is completely different from in trouble, isn't it? You can be in danger, which is completely different from in love, or you can be in agreement, or you can be in luck, or you can be in the dark. All of those words have got meanings that are completely different from one another and all of them start with the preposition in. So, that is the other complication. And finally, guys, we have our favorite prepositional phrases which we all know, we have studied, we use it. The complication in the prepositional phrases, it can either be adverbial or it can be adjectival. If it is describing a noun, it is adjectival. If it is describing a verb, it is adverbial. Let me give you a very simple example. Under the large jute bag. So, if I just take this, under the large jute bag, is it adjectival or is it adverbial? I won't know. I will have to look at the words before it or maybe after it, but normally before it. If I say the dagger under the large jute bag, this bit is adjectival. Which dagger? The dagger under the. So, this whole prepositional phrase becomes an adjectival phrase, telling me more about the dagger, identifying which dagger. But if I were to instead say the boy hid under the large jute bag, now it becomes adverbial because it is telling me where he hid. The boy hid where? The answer is under the large jute bag. So, this prepositional phrase now therefore becomes an adverbial. The simplest way somebody can show you how a prepositional phrase can either be adjectival or adverbial. Just look at what it is doing in the sentence. So, today I have given you a lot of complications on prepositions. I want you to watch this video several times. I want you to ingest it, which means understand it. I want you to practice with it. I want you to listen to prepositions when they happen all around you, right? See, I said all around you. What is around? It's a preposition. hundreds of prepositions every day will flow into your ears and it will become yours someday. You'll catch it. You'll catch a lot of it along the way, by the way. So don't lose heart. Listen to a lot of English. That's the best way to learn it. And know that the preposition has got all these little bits and pieces that you never knew of. So that when you're doing the other kinds of grammar here and there and people are trying to explain these bits separately to you, they make sense. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. You want to do practice, you should pick up Language with Ease. This will give you a lot of exercises on all of this, and that will be great. Even if you are doing a competitive exam, these are great books to practice with. They are available on our website and on Amazon, so pick them up. The answer keys are on Kindle. So you are set. Go for it. So till we meet again, keep smiling.